across the Valley of Elah. The Philistines and Israel braced for a conflict where defeat meant utter servitude. A colossal champion named Goliath, a giant from Gath, stepped forward from the Philistine ranks. He wore a heavy brass helmet and a massive coat of mail, carrying powerful bronze weapons and a huge spear. Goliath challenged Israel. "Send a man to fight me. If he wins, you serve us. If I win, you serve me." He repeated this defiant challenge for 40 days, terrifying King Saul and all the Israelite soldiers. Meanwhile, David, the youngest son of Jesse from Bethlehem, was tending his father's flock of sheep. Jesse sent David to the army camp with provisions for his older brothers, asking him to check on them. David left his flock with a trusted keeper and quickly journeyed to the Israelite battle lines. Arriving, he greeted his brothers just as Goliath again stepped forth, repeating his formidable challenge. The Israelite soldiers, upon seeing Goliath, fled in absolute terror, overwhelmed by his size and threats. David heard of the immense reward for killing the giant, riches, the king's daughter, and his family freed. David asked, "Who is this Philistine defying the armies of the living God?" His brother Eliab became angry. Eliab accused David of pride and merely wanting to watch the battle, but David insisted on his right to speak. David's questioning words reached King Saul, who then summoned the young shepherd boy to his presence. David confidently told Saul, "Your servant will go and fight this Philistine champion myself." Saul protested, stating David was merely a youth, while Goliath was a seasoned warrior from childhood. David recounted how he had killed fierce lions and bears while protecting his father's sheep from attack. He declared that this Philistine would surely fall just like those animals, delivered by God's hand. Saul relented, telling David, "Go forth now, and may the Lord be with you." Saul tried to equip David with his own heavy armor, but David found the garments impossible to wear. David chose instead his shepherd's staff, his sling, and 5 smooth stones from a brook. Goliath advanced, disdaining the ruddy youth, and scornfully cursed David by his pagan gods. He threatened to feed David's flesh to the birds of the sky and the wild animals of the field. David replied, "You come with weapons, but I come in the name of God, whom you have openly defied." He declared God would deliver Goliath into his hand, striking him down to show his power to all. As Goliath moved to attack, David swiftly ran forward, putting his hand into his shepherd's bag. David slung a stone, striking Goliath in the forehead. The stone sank in, and the giant fell face down. David, having no sword, ran to Goliath, drew the giant's own sword, and cut off his head. Seeing their champion dead, the Philistines fled in terror, pursued by the shouting Israelites. The Israelites plundered the Philistine camp, and David later brought Goliath's severed head to Jerusalem. Saul, not recognizing David, asked his army captain, Abner, who the valiant young man was. And so, a young shepherd, through a single defiant act, delivered Israel from certain defeat and ignominious servitude.